shortly.
Yeah, he'll be a guest speaker today.
Yeah, we miss him. He's
Yeah.
I don't.
he has sickle cell. So nah, he's
JK Braden, I miss you.
yeah. He's out Black Friday shopping, getting through those lines. So, but yeah. So some of y'all may have heard our last episode. We had to delete it, audio issues, but we'll probably cover a few of the same topics today. I mean, not too much of an update, from last time. Guess we'll start off with LSU. Sitting at 9-2, number 5 in the nation. College playoffs have us number 5, and top 4 make it for CFP for the playoffs. We have Texas A&M tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and they're 4-7, but might be a little sneaky, playing for Jimbo.
Yeah.
I think Brian Kelly's kind of showed though that he has his team ready every week.
Yeah.
I think since early in the season we come prepared every single week.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not Tennessee, but
Yeah.
I think they're focused on. I mean, they know that the destiny is in their hands. You know?
Right.
Literally all they have to do is win. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of LSU football, and if we lost to A&M, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Just because, it's they're filled with talent,
Right.
Like, you don't know what can happen.
I mean, they have 5 stars all over the field, but they do have at least two that I know of very good players that have entered the transfer portal. I don't know if they're still going to be playing. I mean, I don't really see why they would.
Yeah.
I mean, if you enter the transfer portal mid-season, I don't feel like you're still going to be contributing. I mean, I know as a coach, I wouldn't put somebody on the field that wants to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a trap game, but
the past 2 games at least have felt like trap games.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas kept it real close, and but we were dealing with sickness. I mean, Harold Perkins apparently had the flu and played, but so that's been going around the team, with colder weather and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we still beat them. We just have to come out prepared, which I'm not too worried about. I think it just wasn't in our favor going against Arkansas with all that sickness, but I think we'll kind of bounce back from that.
I mean, I think we've only had 2 games before noon this year, Tennessee and Arkansas.
Yeah.
And both of them, I mean, we did not play our best at all. I mean, that shouldn't be an excuse, but there's a trend there.
And it was a lot colder. I mean, it was low 40s.
I think it actually was in the 30s at kickoff. That is true.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be warming up tomorrow, so really, I mean, you got to think about all those factors, but
right. And Arkansas's they're not horrible.
No, I mean they've had close games. I mean they lost to Liberty, but I mean they've still had their close games.
They beat Ole Miss.
They definitely have talent for sure. But yeah, I mean it was a closer game than we would have liked. But yeah, we just got to beat A&M, and we'll be set to play Georgia. And from there, if we beat them, we'll be in the playoff. So I don't think anyone thought that after Florida State or Tennessee. So
LSU's gonna win a natty, son.
How do you think the LSU and Georgia game is gonna go?
I mean, I think it's gonna be close. They're obviously the best team in the country, but I have a feeling that Brian Kelly's gonna put a team out there that's gonna win. I mean,
yeah. I don't think they have as much offensive firepower as Tennessee, but I think their defense is probably debatably best in the nation. So I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I don't see it being real high scoring.
I think we're really balanced. Our teams, I know that, but but we're young too.
Very young.
Harold Perkins is going to have an even better game than he's had all season. So
I mean, I don't think we should look past the opportunity that we have in front of us. But
I feel like we're a good matchup to Georgia.
I'm very excited for next year and the following year. I mean, literally, some of our best players besides Jaden Daniels are freshmen and sophomores. They're coming back. Yeah. We lost Mason Smith on the first defensive series of the season, and before this year, he was considered our best player. I mean, he got freshman All-American. Dude's a stud. We got him, Harold Perkins, the class we got coming in. I mean, we're going to be we're gonna be loaded.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors coming back. So he'll be a junior, right, or a sophomore?
I think he'll be a redshirt junior next year.
Okay.
Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For some reason, I thought he was a freshman.
I think he was a freshman last year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good matchup. Like I think our defense matches up well with their offense. I don't think Stetson Bennett is like Bryce Young level, you know. And
no, our defense is gonna give them some problems.
Exactly.
Honestly, the only thing I'm worried about is their fucking big ass tight ends they have.
Yeah.
They have 3 tight ends that can start at any SEC school right now.
Right.
I mean, one of them came from LSU.
Yeah.
Has he been going off?
Not really. I mean, they got Brock Bowers there and that other dude. I don't know his name, but I mean, they're all fucking.
Didn't one of them
good.
like hurdle a dude at the beginning of the year?
Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be a first round pick.
Yeah.
The next Kelsey.
Really?
Nah.
No.
He's good though.
So yeah, I mean, I see A&M being maybe a closer game than we'd like it to be, but I don't see any reason why we wouldn't pull it out. So
if we
nah, we're gonna win, son. It's in College Station too, huh?
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna win.
if we win, who like if we beat Georgia, what do you see like the playoffs like standings being?
I don't know. I think
Because I think Ohio State's gonna beat Michigan.
Well, it's. I think it's a little too early to tell because that game has big standing on it, and what happens the next 2 weeks. I personally believe Michigan's going to beat Ohio State. I think Ohio State is good, but they've.
I think Ohio State's gonna beat Michigan.
I mean, we'll see.
Michigan. I watched their game last week, and I think they're frauds, bro.
I think the same thing about Ohio State.
I mean, I'm not saying Ohio State's like great, but
yeah, I don't know.
I think
Michigan
they're better
just
than Michigan.
Michigan just seems more. I don't. They seem more balanced to me, and I see.
And I mean, if you throw
C.J. Stroud's stats are insane this year.
that is true, but I mean, to throw everything else out the window, I'm not picking Ryan Day over Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
yeah,
He's a good ass coach.
yeah, and I don't know. So I guess I would say right now, if we beat Georgia, then it'll probably be something like Michigan #1, because they'll be undefeated. Then us #2 if we beat Georgia. I think USC.
You think we'll jump ahead of Georgia? Or you think it'll knock Georgia out?
No, I don't think so.
They'll probably be 4.
I think that I think they end up 4.
I think it also depends on if the other teams go undefeated. Because I mean, if you've got USC and TCU both undefeated, you can't leave both of them out.
Yeah. So then, I could see Ohio State if they lose to Michigan, or Michigan if they lose. Either way,
I feel like
they might end up out. But I could see something like TCU being out, even if they're undefeated. I think they have a bias against big schools like Michigan and Ohio State. So
For sure.
I think if that happens, it'll be Michigan 1, us 2, Georgia 3, and if TCU wins, TCU at 4.
Yeah, I
or
definitely
USC.
With us being at 6 right now, I definitely don't think we end up 4, but I could see us being 3. But 2 seems like it makes the most sense if we beat the #1 team in the nation. Because we're a completely different team, even with 2 losses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's Bama and Michigan not Michigan, Georgia that we would have beaten. So,
dude, we're a true 1-loss team though. Like that
And
Florida State game pisses me off.
yeah, Tennessee's the only one that there's really no excuse.
There's no
we
way
should've
around
beat
that.
Florida State.
We got drugged by Tennessee straight up.
Yeah.
But Florida State, dude, that was week 0. Like, I know people don't really take that into account, but Florida State already played a game.
Yeah.
Like our first game jitters we had were in that game. They got those out the way, and they still barely fucking won. And they're ranked right now. Like, it's not like they're ass team.
No, they're still a really good team, especially considering they were horrible last year, last couple of years. So
we should be fucking 10-1, #4.
Yeah,
sure.
But I'm just glad we're in this position. I mean, because either way,
facts, bro.
Even if we lost to Florida State,
like, we should really be 10-1. Like,
bullshit,
we're 2 muff punts and a fucking missed field goal away from being 10-1.
A loss is a loss, but if you watch the game, like Florida State got lucky as fuck, and they're good, but we're way better than them.
But yeah, I mean, luckily for us, I think the committee kind of looked past that because a lot of reporters are saying, like, should a two-loss team make it into the playoff? But the committee doesn't really. It seems like they don't really care about the Florida State loss. Like, I mean, they know how different we are.
We took a week 0 loss to a ranked team.
Yeah,
there's not much to really look into. It.
Yeah.
We lose by 2 points, 1 point.
1
point.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean we're good though. I mean we just got to beat Georgia. That's it, in A&M. So, I mean we're sitting pretty right now for sure. So, yeah.
Well, let's get into some NFL with the Saints.
Beating
I'm not saying I think this is gonna happen, but if let's just say the Saints win this Sunday against 49ers, you think they go on a run?
Yeah, I could see that. We're getting a lot of guys back. We got guys like Marshawn Lattimore coming back, so yeah, I see us coming back for sure. So, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see us going on a run.
Yeah. I know we got Mark Ingram back, Marshawn Lattimore. They've all been limited though, so I don't know.
Yeah, and Kamara's he has like an illness. So.
Yeah, I seen a report though that Dennis Allen said that he's like better today.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's gonna play. I mean, at
Probably.
this point in the season, if you don't play because of an illness, you better be bed bound. Like,
yeah. And
we have to win.
Yeah.
There's no option. I think we can take one more loss and still sneak in. But
and that'll probably be the 49ers or Eagles. I can't really expect us to win either of those games right now. But I mean, if we can just get one of them and then win out, I mean, the rest of our schedule looks pretty easy.
Yeah.
The Bucks are going to be another matchup because we always have crazy games with them. But I could see us beating them.
I can see us beating them too.
Yeah, because Jameis was hurt. He just couldn't play a good game.
Dude, I mean, it'd be nice to get to win out. That'd be nice.
Yeah. And last week, for the past couple weeks, starting from last week, I was really upset that Jameis wasn't playing. But after Andy Dalton's last game, I mean, I get why he's starting. And if he keeps playing like that and just doesn't make any more stupid mistakes, I'm okay with it. But it still does kind of suck to see Jameis not get a chance. But I understand why, because Dalton has been more efficient. And, I mean, especially last week, he cemented why he's starting. So,
yeah, I mean, I haven't been a huge Andy Dalton fan, but
yeah,
I mean, he did have a good game.
Yeah.
He's had a few mid games, but he's had one or two really bad games as well.
And with all that said, though, I mean,
I feel like I still just don't think he's who you go with in the future. Now, while he's winning, or playing good, keep going with him. But you can't tell me Jameis wouldn't have had that similar stat line. Like, you got somebody with way more talent like that. You just gotta get him there. Yeah. Sean Payton got him. Sean Payton was able to do it. He was able to coach him.
Yeah.
So you got to find somebody, or you just need to figure out how to use them. Yeah,
I could see us signing someone in the offseason like a Gardner Minshew or something like that, or trading for a vet, which would involve picks, of course. So that might not be the best way to go about it. Or if we trade up for a quarterback we really like, I mean, that's going to take more picks that, potentially we make a mistake on. But either way, yeah, I don't
unless
know.
we trade like a big name. Somehow we can make a trade happen where we trade like a big name player.
Yeah, or that. I mean,
if we wanted to trade like, say, Michael Thomas to a team, if they wanted him bad enough, would they be willing to pay their salary so we didn't take the cap hit?
Yeah, or as of right now, I mean, I don't see any team being interested enough in Michael Thomas and his contract because of his injury history. So if they did trade for him, we'd still be in a big hole with him. They would probably make us pay.
They might pay some of it.
Yeah, some, but I think we'd still have to owe a big chunk to him. So there's really not a way out of the Michael Thomas situation right now that makes sense. I mean, it would almost be like a lateral move, just trying to trade him. I mean, I don't think we'd get any real value back for him. So
at this point, it's just like it's almost like ride it out and just get what you can.
I mean, that's all it is. I mean, we still have a good core.
I think he should do a contract like restructure or negotiation or something like.
I don't think he'll do that either.
I know, but dude, he hasn't done anything. Like he's just we paid him for nothing.
But in his mind, he hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I can't blame him completely because you see all the players we get. It has to be something with our medical.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, it's not just him. I mean,
yeah, and they pretty much misdiagnosed him a year or two ago when they were trying to get him to come back and trying to get him to have surgery, and then they were like, no, just all this stuff that happened. I mean, I feel like there's probably times where he could have played and he didn't, but at this point, I think it was a lot of mismanagement on our end too. Mm-hmm. So, just especially in in his last year, trying to get Michael Thomas back, I don't think he should have came back and played. I think we would have been a lot better off sitting him. As much as that sucks for like Drew Brees, and we were a playoff team, but it just didn't work out in our favor at all. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I could see us bringing Andy Dalton back next year, and hopefully we trade for someone. Maybe we convince Jameis to sign long term. I don't know if that happens, but I think it's more likely we trade for a veteran or trade up in the draft.
You think if we traded for a veteran, we just trade like draft picks, or would we trade like?
Yeah.
What if we trade for Aaron Rodgers, bro?
That would be awesome.
Because we got Chris Olave.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to definitely, completely want out. And even then, I don't know how we make it work without giving up a bunch of picks that we probably shouldn't give up. So, it just all depends.
Shit, we can give up... They can have Jameis and a second rounder.
Yeah. And they might... I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how bad Aaron Rodgers wants out and how public it becomes, If it's kind of kept...
He just signed a new contract, huh?
Mm-hmm. And he's under contract for next year, and then after that, he has an option to opt out. So, and we have to match salaries too because he's making a bunch of money. So,
True.
So that might be something where we give Michael Thomas. They agree to pay that, but we're gonna have to give another first round, probably 2023 first round, and then a second round.
Honestly, dude, at this point, like if the season continues to go to shit, I wouldn't mind just having trade somebody on defense for a pick, a first round pick, a high pick to a team that's not very good.
Yeah,
and try to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one way to go, but I wouldn't even. I like Gardner Minshew a lot. I think he would do pretty good here, and I don't think we give up more than a fifth rounder to get him. So I feel like if you bring. If Andy Dalton,
I want to.
Well, yeah, I mean everybody
like Bryce Young.
Well, yeah, for sure. I don't think we have enough right now to trade up that high because he's going top 10.
Y'all need to fucking draft Jaden Daniels.
If you want a player bad enough, you can make it happen.
Yeah, you can make it happen, but it might completely screw us for the next few years if we give up too much for.
Just tell Miss Benson to come off with some of that money.
Yeah. Well, what if a player like Bryce Young, we trade up and draft him, and he ends up being a bust? Then we just sabotage their whole future too. It's very tricky because draft picks are.
They could. If I was a GM.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's making those Madden trades.
Hey, I know how to make it happen.
Yeah.
I still got $70 million in cap on Madden.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so I mean, the rest of the season's gonna be interesting to say the least. So
yeah.
But what else is going on in the NFL?
Well, y'all talked about the Saints. I'd like to talk about the Ravens a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What about the Ravens?
The Baltimore Ravens are currently Shout out James. I hope you don't have to make another video this year, bro. But, sitting at the top of the AFC North, the Bengals are right on our ass. We're only a game ahead of them, but I mean, even if we drop below, I don't see us not getting a wild card spot. I mean, I think we're going to win the division, but if we don't, we'll slip in with a wild card.
Yeah.
Teams I'm worried about in the AFC, definitely the Bengals and the Dolphins. The Bills are good, but they're just, I don't know, man. They're not that impressive to me.
There's a realistic possibility if they drop a couple more games, they're like last in their division because it's so tight, and then they don't even make the playoffs.
Literally, the
Bills.
The
Patriots
are last in the AFC East at 6-5, and the Bills are first at 8-3.
Yeah, and they were just last week.
Who, the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's moving constantly. So there's gonna be a good team in there that doesn't make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So
sure.
That's gonna be weird. Yeah.
I mean, dude, if we're being realistic, I think the Dolphins and the Bills get in from that division.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't sleep on the Patriots, bro.
I think the Jets.
I think the Patriots are good, but both of their quarterbacks are not.
Bill
good.
knows how to get it done.
He
to
does.
Get the playoffs.
He
bro.
does. He does. But you can't deny that both of their quarterbacks are ass.
Oh no! All right. So this is what I think about Mac Jones. I think he is gonna be. I think Mac Jones is gonna be their franchise quarterback.
I think that he needs to work on some fundamental footwork,
dude.
Watch him at Alabama and watch him last year.
His stat line was not bad like last night. Like they didn't lose because of him either.
That's just one game. But look at his. I'm talking about his pocket presence, his ability to escape pressure.
He wins games though.
Barely. He got benched for Bailey Zapp.
He went 10-7 last year.
That's last year, dude. Like,
but this year he's 6-5 already.
He's not 6-5. Bailey Zapp won some of them games. Like he's gotten benched. Like he had one good game yesterday. Yes,
I'm telling you, dude. I think Mac Jones is going to end up being
Watch him at Alabama and watch him in his rookie year versus this year. It's like he's comfortable where he's at athletically. Like you can tell he's not been working. He cannot get out of the pocket, dude. He is slow.
Yes.
Straight up. Like, he's good. He can get it out. But if he gets pressure, he's fucked.
Yeah, he has 1,800 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions on the season. So, he's definitely having a sophomore slump.
3 of those tutties were last night, huh? 2 of them?
2 of them. Yeah, so he went into the game yesterday.
What's Andy Dalton's numbers?
I know he has, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah, dude, Mac Jones is ass.
1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
What's his completion percentage?
66%. Yeah.
That's not bad, dude.
No, I mean, he's having
sneaky,
a good year.
He's sneaky good.
He's not, I mean, he's definitely not the most flashy. Like, Jameis is going to make those bigger throws than him, but he does get it done.
I mean, dude, he put a dime on Chris Olave last week.
That was really good to see, for sure. I mean...
Under pressure, too. Just let it rip.
Yeah. So... I'm pretty much stopping my Andy Dalton hate because of last game, and I feel like he's going to be our best option for the rest of the season, honestly, at this point. I mean, it's working. So,
Kind of. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Yeah. It is now, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but we're finally getting our play. I mean, Jarvis coming back is a big ad. Even if it doesn't show up in the stats, it's a big ad for sure. Our O-line finally seems like they're playing a little better. And I know it's just one game, but I feel like this is definitely something we can build off of. And we just beat the Raiders a couple weeks ago too. So we're looking a little better each week. And our schedule isn't that hard the rest of the season. So
yeah. What do y'all think? So what do y'all think about the Jeff Saturday hire?
I was very confused about it at first because he had no real coaching experience. I mean, he coached at a high school, but him and Jim Irsay are good friends, and so far it's worked out. I mean, it's too early to tell.
But dude, I thought I was thinking the same thing at first, but now thinking about it, he's the head coach. You want a head coach that's a player's coach that somebody wants to play for, and he. Like he said, he was around Peyton Manning and all those great players.
Yeah.
So, he knows how to win.
And a lot of head coaches are really just, they're there as, for,
they're
players.
game managers. They make the big decisions,
Yeah.
challenge the play.
They're the face, but they're not the ones doing all the work.
Yeah,
so
the coordinators are.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some coaches that call plays, but yeah. So I like it. I mean, they're 1-1. They look a lot better. So I mean, I think it's something they can build off of. I think he ends up their coach for next year at least.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, they're not going to win their division. The Titans are too good, and they're not going to get in a wild card because of how stacked the AFC East is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see it happening because of the Bengals and the Ravens, but realistically, there could be 3 teams from the AFC East in the playoffs. Bills, Dolphins, and either the Patriots or the Jets. But I mean,
yeah, it just depends on how the rest of the AFC.
I mean, the Colts are sitting at 4-6 right now. They would legitimately, to have a shot at wild card, they'd have to win out.
Yeah,
because I don't see the Bills, the Dolphins dropping 3, or even the Bengals.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to all the division winners. I mean, they're going to get in, obviously. And then who else didn't win the division? What's their record looking like? Are they going to get in ahead of, a Patriots or Jets team?
Well, the Ravens and the Bengals are 1-2 right now, 7-3 and 6-4. One of them is going to be a wild card.
Yeah.
And then in the AFC East, the Bills are 8-3, the Dolphins are 7-3, and the Jets are 6-4. Pat's 6-5.
Yeah.
So I think 2 of those teams are in division winner and then a wild card, obviously. So it's gonna be tight. I mean,
yeah, realistically, right now, you see 3 teams from the AFC East that are probably gonna make it. So, yeah.
How many spots total are there? 6?
7.
3 wild cards?
No, there's 1 bye. And then
there's only
3
one
wild card. There's 2 wild card games for. How's it go? 1 bye for each team.
There's 3 wild card games now.
Yeah,
there's only 1 team from each conference that gets a bye.
Every other game is a wild card game.
They changed that a couple. It used to be 2 teams.
So how many teams from each conference make the
7?
7,
but only one gets a bye week. The rest are wild card.
Okay.
So I mean, you could be like a 13-win team, and if a team's 14-2 or 14-3 whatever, then you'd still have to play a wild card game.
Yeah.
So you'd just be the 2nd seed
I
technically.
mean, some crazy shit could happen, but realistically, you're looking at Bills, Dolphins, Ravens, Bengals, Titans, Chiefs, and there's 2 spots left or 1 spot left.
Yeah.
So that's between Jets, Patriots, Browns are sneaky, Chargers, Colts.
Yeah, I don't see the Browns in it. They're
What's the Browns
3-7.
3-7. No,
they got Deshaun coming back though, man.
Not for another 2. They'll be 3-9 before he comes back.
Yeah.
Who's saying they're gonna lose, man?
Who they play this week?
Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up.
The
here.
Bucks.
Yeah, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, I see them. They probably. I hope they win this week because that helps us out. And they probably beat the Texans. But then after that, I mean, they got the Bengals and Ravens. Then they got the Saints. Then Commanders and Steelers. I could see them. I can see them winning 6 or 7
tough
games.
Schedule left.
Yeah,
with Deshaun coming back.
I could see them winning
2 of those games are tough.
Do you think Deshaun's gonna get he's gonna come back and he's gonna be a starter?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
they're
not going to start Jacoby Brissett for the rest. And they're going to try to, even if they're not in the playoffs or even contending for it, they're just going to try to build on for next year.
I think the only way Deshaun doesn't start, and I mean, they might just leave him in just because the season's a lost cause, but I think the only way he doesn't start is if they do start him and he comes in and plays like complete ass.
Yeah, but even that would probably take 2 games of him playing just absolutely horrible for them to make that decision.
Yeah,
they're paying
him
so much money. Yeah. I mean,
if the season's already a lost cause, they're probably just going to keep rolling with him.
Yeah, you have to start. I mean, because you can't explain why you pay him that much if he's not even starting.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
All right. Well, are you going to get Braden?
Yeah. Let me see if he's ready
on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Ravens are going to be in the Super Bowl versus the San Francisco 49ers.
I could see that.
There's not a dude. I mean, other than the Chiefs, there's not a team in the AFC that I'm worried about. There's not.
I mean, Bills are still good. I mean, I could see them. just completely turning up in the playoffs.
We had the Bills and the Dolphins by the nuts. We allowed both of them to come back by double digit. We had them both by double digit leads. They came back. An L's an L, but that was a month ago. We got a different team now.
Championship.
We've been having steady teams coming back.
I mean, I understand like y'all choking leads, and I mean, obviously y'all could have beat those teams, but I mean, who's to say that doesn't happen again? Playoffs.
But I mean, the defense that played against y'all is not the same defense that lost to the Dolphins and the Bills.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 4 dudes that made their debut against y'all, and we've been getting more guys coming back. I mean, we didn't have Marcus Williams against y'all.
Yeah.
We have no weapons besides Mark Andrews and Lamar, and Mark Andrews didn't even play against y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean, yeah. So I mean, y'all definitely make the playoffs. I could see y'all making the conference championship. I don't know after that. So that's where I have it for now. It's just hard to tell with all the AFC teams, but you know, yeah. I think Braden's ready, so I'll go and give him a call. Let's see. Should be answering in a second.
Hello.
What up?
What up, Braden?
You're on Callin.
What up? Hello, Callin, your Bluff. It's me, Braden.
how's it feel to be a guest speaker, bro?
Well, what's going on, guys?
I guess
I said, how's it feel to be a guest speaker?
Oh, it was pretty good. Wish I was there.
Yeah, so we just kind of ran through NFL and college football, and I guess we're going to move on to NBA.
Did y'all talk about Matt Rule?
No.
The thing with Nebraska?
Yeah, that just came out. And,
I was going to mention it, but it's not final, so it's still technically a rumor.
Yeah, it's not final, but it looks like it's going to happen. And I'll say, like, if anybody's going to bring Nebraska back, it's going to be him. You know, like, he's
kind of cursed.
What?
Nebraska's cursed.
Oh yeah, but he's a great college coach. I mean, obviously it didn't work out in the NFL, but like I've been waiting for him to go back to college because he's a solid guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
he's got a coke problem.
Yeah, but I mean that's fine. You can do that in
licking
college.
his chops.
yeah.
He belongs by a frat house.
Yeah. But yeah, we're just gonna talk a little bit about NBA and who's hot and who's not.
Who's hot and who's not, Braden?
Pelicans are hot.
Yes. Hey, Pelicans are gonna win it all, son.
I mean, Pelicans are only 11-7, but you know it's early. We've had some injuries, and I think the Pelicans have had like 5 overtime games that obviously all those could have been wins. And
like 4 of the people that like play a lot of minutes have been concussed this season.
Yeah, and I mean it's early, but I think if the Pelicans can be around like a 50-win team, they're going to get a good seed in the playoffs, and then they're going to go on a run.
Yeah, I see them winning 50 games. Talking a little bit about my Cavs, they started off 8-1. They started off 8-1 and then had some injury issues. We've lost like 4 in a row, but we're back at 12-6. So team's healthy.
Shit.
But no, but honestly, I mean, I see them and the Pelicans like that. They seem very similar in the way they work. I mean, they're both 2 young teams that are just making it work with good head coaches. And they're smaller markets, so you always like to see smaller market teams do good, make it big.
Yeah.
What I'll say about the Pelicans is that the bench is probably, in my opinion, the best bench in the NBA right now. Because like Pelicans have Devontae Graham running, him and Jose Alvarado running the guard spots on the bench, and Devontae Graham's been having like a career year already off the bench. He's like, I think he's shooting like 45% from 3 right now, which I think his career is like a 37%. So that's a big jump. And then you have Dyson Daniels. He's only 19, and he's like, if you look at the defensive stats, like the analytics, bro, he's like at the top of the league already at 19. And then Trey Murphy, he could honestly, I really think he could start for like at least 20 teams in the NBA right now, and he's coming off the bench.
Larry Nance could too. Larry Nance could start for like half the teams, and I like him a lot because he was a big Cavs guy.
And Willie Hernan Gomez, he got it was some like European tournament this past summer, but he got MVP of that. He's our backup center. So it's like, dude, they're deep. They're like really deep.
Yeah, and there's a lot of parity this year in the NBA. I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now, and in the West, all the play-in teams are 10-8 or above, and then for the East, all the teams are sitting from 14-4 to 9-9. For all 10 spots. So,
what do you think about the Jazz? So I'll go with them as a hot team right now because they were expected to be like god awful this year because they traded away Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. But
yeah,
I want to say they're like top 3 in the East right now.
Yeah. I didn't see it coming, but I knew Lauri Markkanen was going to be big for them. He had a great year with us last year as like the 5th option, and now he's the first. He's putting up like 22 points a game. Mike Conley's still really good. They're very. They don't have like a star player, but they are very deep, and they have a lot of young guys. So, but yeah, it's still definitely surprising. I mean, I thought they were going to be the worst team in the league this year. But,
yeah, and they're in the West. That's on me. I said East. I think they're in the West because they're in Utah.
Yeah, they're actually 1 game behind y'all. Y'all are 11-7. They're 12-8. So yeah, I mean they're looking pretty good, but I could see them honestly starting to tank a little bit though. I could see them, showing that they're good and they have flashes, but then they end up kind of tanking a little bit to still get that lotto pick.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing I don't like about the NBA is that, like, I bet they're gonna make the playoffs and then they're gonna play a team that's like just kind of an average record but has a bunch of star power, and then that team that they play is finally gonna be like, all right, let's actually start trying to play because it's the playoffs now, and then they're gonna get blown out.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to say it, but there really isn't a lot of incentive for them to make the playoffs this year. Because if they can keep that team that they have now and then add like a Victor Wembanyama, then, I mean, they're going to be scary for years. So I could see them going that route, but, it's definitely cool to see a team no one thought was going to make it into the playoffs be this good.
Who's not hot? I would say
the Warriors are not hot.
Yeah.
The Lakers are not hot.
Yeah, the Lakers are garbage.
LeBron.
I can't wait to have their pick.
Yeah.
LeBron's not a leader.
I think the Heat's not hot.
Yeah, they're not hot either. Them and the Warriors are kind of in the same boat where they have like the same exact roster. They lost like 1 piece maybe each, but they're just not playing good. In the Warriors' case, their defense has been horrible this year compared to last year. Their offense is fine. It's really just their defense. The Heat, it's kind of harder to say. I mean, their defense still looks pretty good, but I don't know. There's just something going on with them. They're just not putting it together.
The Heat?
Yeah.
They've had a bunch of injuries actually.
Yeah.
Like they've been pretty much. I think Oladipo's out for a while. Jimmy Butler had a minor injury. Kyle Lowry had a minor injury. Duncan Robinson had a minor. Like they've been hurt. So I kind of expect them to like come back to form, but I really think they've just been hurt.
Yeah. Another team I don't see a ton of people talking about are the Bulls. I mean, they're 8-10, but I mean they paid Zach LaVine a ton of money. They're paying Vucevic a ton of money. They're a deep team too. I mean, they have a lot of good players. I know Lonzo hasn't been playing, but like
they have DeMar.
And DeMar, yeah. I mean, DeMar, and he's still putting up good numbers. It's just like I don't know. They're just not. They're not putting it together either, and they haven't had really any injury issues. I mean, Levine has missed a couple of games, and then I mean, again, Lonzo's out, but that's about it. I mean, I don't think they should be 8-10 though.
Yeah. No, they're kind of mid.
Yeah, and their schedule hasn't been like that hard either. I mean, they've had like a pretty average strength of schedule so far, but you know.
Yeah.
In the Nets too. I mean, Ben Simmons isn't really working out like they hoped. Kyrie was
triple
suspended
single.
Yeah, Kyrie was suspended for 5 games. With his anti-Jew comments, but you know.
Yeah.
They're kind of cursed too. I mean, they've been in this situation way too many times where they have star players and can't put it together. So
they fired
Steve Nash. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of the scope of the NBA. I think that's something we'll keep talking about more in future episodes. With football's gonna be ending soon.
Yeah,
so.
We can kind of transition into that. But.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but there's a lot to watch this season. I mean, there's a lot of good teams. You know, I hope there's more support for the Pelicans around here. You know, historically, especially in like the Lake Charles area, there's not really any big NBA.
No, everybody's bandwagon in the NBA, bro.
But you know, I mean, it would be cool to see more Pelican support around here too. But I guess we'll see.
I guess that wraps us up, huh?
Yeah. I think Jeremy's actually out right now, but I think that's all of our topics. So yeah.
I just want
Catch y'all next time, boys.
I just want to tell the listeners to get ready to flock up Pelican season. Somebody on our team's going to win MVP. It's probably either going to be Ingram or Zion. They can stay healthy. Yeah, they're MVP caliber guys. We're going to have 5 All-Stars. What are we going to go? Probably 60-22. Be the 1 seed. Yeah. Flock up. Get ready.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're gonna end this off. So.